understanding empathy and compassion. Because as a young kid, when I came in the league, it was like, I'm driving this way, and either you're going to be on the train or be on the track. Right? Where there was no such thing as understanding that people have lives outside of the game, which apparently I did not. But like if I understood that at an early age, and it helps me as a leader to communicate better. I came to understand that later, and getting to know people on a personal level. What are their fears? What are their insecurities? What are their dreams and ambitions, desires, those sorts of things. When you come to understand that about a person, then you can help them reach the best version of themselves. So I wish I'd known that earlier.
I'm a senior here, working on my master's in communication management. I played on the USC basketball team here. My question for you is, I'm preparing for the NBA draft right now. So what recommendations do you have for someone on picking an agent?
Don't, because it's a dying business. I hope there are no agents in here. It's probably, no, I'm kidding. I was very fortunate because Rob was the kind of agent that worked in collaboration with his players. Right? So my advice to you is find an agent that's going to collaborate with you, not point you here, point you there, right? Or work behind the scenes in the shadows without you knowing what the hell's going on, right? An agent that's going to have you be a part of the meetings, right? Have you in that room, discuss with you, not just pop a contract in front of you, but actually walk you through clause by clause what it is that you're signing or getting into, and get your feedback on it. If you can find an agent like that, man, you're doing well, man.
Appreciate it.
You got it, man. Good luck.
Hi, my name is Waverly. I'm a senior majoring in international relations and global business. And I've really enjoyed hearing about your different projects and new businesses. And I was wondering if you've had to tone down your competitiveness and your approach in a new work environment.
More than a little bit.
Yeah.
No, well, like I said, basketball is different because it's such a direct competition. What we do now, there isn't. The competitiveness that I bring to work every day is really helping people, in a sense, be competitive with themselves. Right? If you're animating something, or you're writing a screenplay, or you're composing a piece of music, is that the best you can do? Right? Don't ask me. Don't say, okay, do you approve? Don't ask me. I'm not the musician. I'm not the composer. You know. Right? So the competitiveness is more from an individual perspective. Is this the best you can do? And if the answer is yes, then off we go. So it's different. Mm-hmm. It's different.
Hi, Kobe.
Hey.
My name is Victoria Yurick. I'm a junior broadcast journalism major.
My daughter came to watch them play, by the way, volleyball, and we were sitting right there, and she was like, oh my God, they hit that ball so hard. That was the first time watching you guys play, so.
Thanks for coming. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
My question for you is, players like Kevin Love and DeMar DeRozan are coming forward sharing their stories about mental health. What is your take on this, and why is it important that elite athletes join in on this universal conversation?
Well, that's a great question. I think it's important for athletes to own what it is that they're going through. It's awareness, right? I think a lot of times we try to tell children, tell young athletes in particular, that if you have those thoughts and those feelings, that's weakness. That's bad. You shouldn't be feeling that. Which then causes them to feel some type of way about themselves. Right? They carry that around with them for the rest of their lives. And I think the most important thing is for us to be aware of what's going on in here. Not that it's bad, good, and different, but it's awareness. And once you're aware of it, then you can choose to walk hand in hand with it, or you can choose to fight it, but you're making that decision. If you just can constantly bury that in the distance, then it starts festering, and it comes up in different ways. It manifests itself in different ways. So I think it's unbelievable what DeMar and what Kevin are doing, and hope to see more of it.
Hey, how you doing?
Fantastic.
I'm Satori. I'm a dance major here at USC. I'll be the first graduating class, and I'm a junior now. So, of course, I have to ask, a lot of times dancers and athletes find themselves at odds with each other, even though their crafts sort of demand the same things from them. Sure. So I have to know, how do you see dance and other art forms and athletics in alignment with one another?
Well, there was a year played Indiana Pacers in the finals. I rolled my ankle really bad. Jalen Rose stepped underneath on purpose. He admits it now, finally. Rolled my ankle really, really bad. I came back, finished the series, but I couldn't touch a basketball until mid-September, which was driving me crazy because I couldn't train. But I looked at, this is like the 10th time I rolled my ankle in one season. So I'm looking at that and I'm saying, okay, I got to address that. And so being that I couldn't get on the basketball court, what I did was I took tap dancing lessons. No kidding. I took tap. And tap was like the best training for me in the world because it strengthened my feet. It changed my rhythm and my approach to the game. I was able to change speeds when I came back the following season. I think dancers put way more strain on their body than athletes do. And I think there's a lot that can be learned from that. My daughter took ballet for several years, and I would sit there in the class, right? And I didn't know what I was getting into because I don't know anything about ballet, right? But I'm sitting there in the class, and I'm watching her, and I'm watching her get the first position, the second position. I'm learning the structure and the rules that go along with that. And as athletes, there's a lot to be learned from that. Because if you simply go out there and perform and play, yeah, you'll be great every now and then. But if you play with structure, if you understand the rules that come along with that, the discipline that comes along with that, then you reach another level. But you guys have my respect. If other people don't see that, they're idiots. That's on them. By the way, I was a horrible tap dancer, by the way. Mamba mentality didn't translate to that shit.
How's it going, Kobe?
Good, man. How you doing?
So my name is Malik. I'm a senior studying communication. I'll be earning my master's in communication management on the football team. So I was just wondering, what is the most important thing that I can take away from football that would translate into my life after sports?
Well, I mean, it's different for everyone. I think for me, it was the discipline, the teamwork. I think teamwork's the most important thing in a sense of, sports is a place where you can have so many different ethnicities, people from different religious beliefs, political beliefs, which are all grounded with one focus of achieving one thing, right? So being able to put those things to the side to accomplish a goal. And that's one of the strongest lessons I think we should take from team sports.
Captain Quarterback. And also a father. So I have a last question, I have a family question for you. Off the court now, how do you inspire and foster that vision of greatness in a child? You talked a little bit about the stories you tell them. A mentality that's very different than what they see every day in social media and so on.
I try to get my kids to see the beauty in the process. So when they got old enough, I used to take them with me to workouts. And we used to be over there kicking a soccer ball around or whatever. But they would see. Not just sitting there and watching and stuff, but they would see. They know I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. They know I'm training again. And just filmed their basketball. They were there with me as I was writing them, going through the animation process, going through step by step. I think the important thing that we can do as parents is to lead by example, but also encourage our children to think incrementally. Not to say, okay, I want to be like, Gianna, for example, my daughter who plays basketball now. She say, Dad, you teach me how to play basketball? I'm like, sure. She's like, okay, I want to be better than you. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's start with 15 minutes a day. Right? For 15 minutes a day, we just stood right in front of the hoop and just shot. Right under the hoop. We didn't move around, we didn't do any dribbling, just 15 minutes a day, just shoot here. Right? And you do that for a month and a half. And then next month you step back. And next month you step back again. And you start working on dribbling. Right? So I think through actionable things is how we teach our children. Because we could sit there and tell them, we're kids, right? But through sports, you can teach them how to think things incrementally, because that's the way they behave. If it becomes a part of their process in sports, it will become a part of their process in life as well.
Imagining you training your daughter to play basketball, I sort of thought of the Karate Kid and Mr. Miyagi. Just do this one thing. Just do this one thing for a month. So for a month, his daughter's just shooting like 3-foot bunnies from
That's
the
it.
front of the rim.
That's it.
You know, it's been a great time. I told you, and speaking of Corbin's last question about parenting and Mamba mentality, I want you to share why we promised to get you out of here and what you have to do today. What's your other obligation?
Oh, because I don't like being second in carpool line. No, I'm joking, but I'm really not. No, so, you know, my schedule's always the same. I get up super early, you know, I write, I work out, and I take the kids to school, and I go to the office, we work more. And then every day, I'm there in carpool to pick up my baby from school. And so I don't miss that. I don't miss it. And competitively, sometimes when I pull up and there's a car in front of me, I'm like, how are you here before me? Like, I'm here 50 minutes before. Like, what the hell? God.